By the way, guess what time it is?
What time?
Time for the top story!
Oh, yeah!
All right, guys. The police union in Pittsburgh, they want to boycott Beyonce's event. They don't want to give her security because of her anti-police Lemonade album. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I believe that these police officers, they're doing this on their own free time. It's like voluntary work. And so they're upset because apparently, you know, they're being forced into doing security for this event. I think they just don't want to work on a Saturday evening or whatever night they, you know, have to attend the Beyonce concert.
No, they're actually not going to be forced. The people the police officers that are going to be on duty are going to be sent to do that.
Right,
you know
right, but they're being forced to do it.
They have
they don't want to.
Yeah, but they don't want to. But see, this is the police unions and all that, and this is just taking a lot of like heat. And Beyonce was just bringing attention to something that is a fact. I was reading The Guardian, and there's so many black young men that have been killed by police. These are facts. You know, and she's just protesting against that as an artist.
Right.
Why is that wrong? And why is the police getting in the way of that? You know, it's just, they're taking it so personal. And we know police officers, some of them are great.
Right.
But some others have to be held accountable for what they have done.
But do you believe that they just are feeling attacked? Like every police officer now feels attacked because of these, you know, yes, numerous situations in which police brutality or the police, you know, acted the wrong way and ended up killing somebody who should not have been killed. But do you feel like every other police officer in the country now feels they have a target on their back?
They interpreted it that way.
Well,
they did just by seeing the Black Panther performance, you know, which was clearly Black Panther.
Right.
But they're taking it into their own perception. That was not what the message was. It was to bring awareness, you know, to the killings of young African-American men.
Well,
and
maybe they're afraid that these people at the concerts are going to take side with Beyonce and they're going to attack them as well at the venue.
They're not going to get attacked. Beehive were way more civilized.
There's more concert goers than police officers.
But the police officers have AK-15s or whatever assault, you know, weapons that they're using right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Bruno, what do you think
This
about
all
those
started
situations?
at the Super Bowl, and you know, it wasn't necessarily all about Black Panthers. Beyonce was empowering women. She was empowering people of all cultures. It was not a direct hit at the police, like a lot of people interpreted it. And I think, you know, a lot of people are taking her message of empowerment and femininity and turning it into something that it's not necessarily.
Well,
she wasn't screaming about police.
Right.
She was singing her song that's called art. It's supposed to provoke people.
Right.
Contemporary art provokes people.
Exactly.
Wait, and you know what's funny is, you know, this happened a couple decades ago. The movie Straight Outta Compton, if you guys saw it, NWA, they weren't as nice back in the day when they were confronting police brutality in African and American neighborhoods. They were actually coming out with songs that basically said, you know, F the police. And they ended up being investigated by the FBI. I mean, but I mean, do you think that when you're a police officer, it shouldn't matter what your personal feelings are? If your job is to protect and serve, you should do it regardless of what your policy is.
Yeah, it has to be neutral.
Absolutely.
Yes. What is the duty of a police officer? Is it to interpret what an artist is doing or to protect the public integrity and safety? You know what I mean? So the duty of everyone, you know?
And by the way, the duty of everyone is to protect Beyonce. That's what I think. We all have, right? Shouldn't we be protecting? She's a national treasure, right?
Yeah, whatever.
She's an African-American woman, you know, who has
probably the most influential right now besides Oprah Winfrey.
I was gonna say,
so, you know, yeah, it's just that they're taking it out of control.
And doesn't Beyonce have enough money to, like, you know, purchase or buy or whatever, hire her own security if these police officers don't want to work? Like,
I think that will be a good solution what you're bringing up, actually. Like, she hires her own personal protection, and then the police officers take care of the public safety.
Here, to be devil's advocate, I'm going to speak from what I think is the police officers union's point of view, is that I think last year the total number of people killed by police officers regardless of race was 461 throughout the entire country. We have to assume not everything was an unjust killing. Some of these officers might have had their lives in danger.
Right.
So, up until this year up until now. Ooh, that's actually
well,
the
Guardian said 1,000 people.
1,000 people last year, so I was misquoted. This year it's half, So it's around that set, 461 halfway point of the year.
Yeah.
So they feel that songs like this by such an influential person are just going to make life tougher for them to be able to protect and serve, because they're going to have such a division between them and the people they're trying to protect and serve that it's not helping the situation. Maybe that's the way they're seeing it. What do you? I mean, do you think that there's
I
some
think they have
reason
other
to it?
issues, bigger issues to worry about than just Beyonce, first of all. And like, like, are there that
There's
many-
nothing bigger than Beyonce.
Exactly, but I mean, are there that many Beyonce fans out there that they feel endangered by her music? You know, I'm like, she is, you know, she is one of the top-selling artists, but I mean, she's not the be-all and end-all of the entire United States.
Well, some people think she is.
You know,
her
she
fans,
wasn't.
yeah, her Bayhive.
She wasn't really like beating up a cop on stage.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then they would have had the right to say, hey, this is totally like Beyonce.
Right.
We're not doing
And you know,
this.
look, I appreciate, you know, that we often say, oh, why are entertainers making political statements? And sometimes actresses do kind of seem foolish when they talk about politics. But I appreciate when someone takes a stand, whether it's LeBron James putting on the hoodie after Trayvon Martin was killed, or Beyonce doing the Super Bowl halftime show. I think it takes a lot of, you know, cojones.
So what do they want us to do? Just sit here and look pretty and be like, oh, hi. Yeah,
Well,
we're
I
entertainers.
think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of, you know, putting the word out there of, you know, these social issues. And I think it's also just plain old, I want publicity for myself, so let me think of something that is going to get everyone's attention and give me headlines.
And that might have something to do with it. Too.
Thank you,
Let's be honest.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You know, I think the police need to learn the reality of the world is that some things tend to divide people at first, powerful messages, but then ultimately we're reunited and we're a stronger community because of it.
Yes, but I gotta say the police is being attacked too. So we have to understand where they're coming from as well. So there has to be a middle ground, you know?
Yeah, and you know what that middle ground could be is have more diversity among the officers, have more women, African Americans, Latinos,
Yes.
and people from
Thank
the
you.
neighborhood that they're trying to police.
But unfortunately, some of these neighborhoods, you know, they pay so little that their own people don't even want to protect them.